Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the False Prophets Podcast. My name is Vinny. I'm your teacher here. And today, I just wanted to do a very quick video, right? And the reason why I wanted to do this is because if you're like me, you get so many junk emails. And some of them I just laugh at. Now, I get these emails from a lot of these gurus. And the reason why I do is because my students were like, hey, can you check this guy out? Hey, can you check this guy out? And a lot of times, the way that these sales funnels work is you got to put your name and your email in there and, because then they can just bombard you with emails 10,000 times over and over and over. Okay. Now, I have a spare email account, right? That's where all that stupid shit goes to. Okay. It doesn't go to my main email. And every now and then I look at it just for shits and giggles. Okay. And you should see some of these emails that I get. And again, these are from my students that actually were thinking about paying money. And that's one of the things that we do here at the False Prophets. If you have a guru that you're thinking about plunking money down to, just let me know who it is. I promise you I will investigate them. And I will tell you to either A, do it, or no, don't do it, right? If they're good, I'm going to say, listen, no problems. What they're teaching is good stuff, right? I don't know what their program is all about, but if I can dig into it a little bit, I will. If I can dig into it, I will. I'll get as much information as I can, and I'll feed it to you. So let me read this email that I got, okay? And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you to get in the real world, not to believe this stuff, okay? Ready? Here's an email that I got. And again, this isn't even addressed to me. So it's probably sent to, a million people out there or whatever, sent to a lot of people because the introduction is hi, not hello, Vinny. Hey, Vinny, hey, Vinny, guess what I can do for you? No. What does this say? Hi, Vinny. What if you could flip just one apartment deal and make more than most people earn in a half a year? Now, the reason why I'm laughing is because of this. When I was a little bit younger and a lot wealthier, okay, I tried to go buy apartment complexes, okay? And boy, did I get a reality check. I thought I was hot shit, to be quite honest with you. I thought I was a hot shot. And I got reality smacked me right in the face, okay? If you think for 1 second that you're going to go and flip just one apartment deal, you are out of your mind. Out of your mind. Let me explain something. When I was trying to actually buy an apartment complex, okay, you have no idea how powerful these owners are, these the people that own these things, right? They got a lot of power, okay, which I never knew. Now, let me tell you what happens. So they have a group of apartment owners. I forget what the name of the group is. I'm going back years now, but I'm sure they're still out there and still running strong, okay? Here's what happens. So you have all these, now I'm talking about big apartment complexes, okay? They're owned by big time people with lots of money. Okay? And here's what the guy told me. He said, Vinny, let me tell you something. All the sites that you're looking on and you see an apartment complex like that, let me tell you this. You don't want it. I said, well, why not? Why? Right? Be great. I could do one deal and I'd be done. He said, listen to me. Listen to me and listen to me good. He said, here's what happens. Okay? He said, do you honestly think for 1 second that anybody who owns an apartment with a serious apartment, 100, 200, 300, 500, whatever, however many units there is, right? 1,000, 2,000. For 1 second, that all these other big time investors don't know who they are, don't know what they got, haven't tried to buy it right before, or they're in this powerful group of apartment owners, right? That have lobbyists. He said, first off, don't think that we already don't know about it. Now, here's what happens. Now, if one of these people or companies wants to sell it, all they have to do is pick up the phone, talk to their attorney or their CPA, let the word out. They don't even have to put it on the market, and it's going to be sold in no time. Now, if for some reason it's a dog that nobody wants, like none of the other investors, because it's not worth it and it's not cash flowing, then it'll go to the attorneys and their friends, and they'll pick over it. Okay? It's like a dead carcass is what it is. Just think of it like out in the jungle. Okay, the big giant bear kills it. He feeds, he eats, he everything, right? And the last people to eat are the weakest. Okay, the dum-dums. So the big bear gets his full and he goes on, and maybe the wolves come and they eat, right? Then the next thing, the hyenas come, whatever, right? All the way down to the lowest denominator. So he said, after us, the attorneys that work for us and whoever their friends are, okay, that isn't a part of us, they'll try and pick over the carcass. And if they don't want it, then the CPAs will probably be looking at it and their friends. And if they don't want it, then it'll be on a silent listing with the realtor and the realtor's friends. And if they don't want it, it'll go on a market that you're looking at. And trust me when I tell you, you don't want it. Okay? So, and he went in, and I have to thank the guy because he spent hours and hours and hours educating me on how all this works and told me what all the associations, if I was serious about all the association I was going to join. And listen, I had money at the time, right? Look, I was a young kid. I thought I had a lot of money. I was just, I was a nobody again, compared to these people, okay? So to think for 1 second, okay, and again, I live in the real world, not fantasy YouTube land, okay? If you think for 1 second that you're going to go out there, find an apartment complex that you're just going to flip from one investor to another, you are out of your mind. You're out of your fucking mind. Okay? So let me finish up what she's saying here. I think it's a she. It could be a he. I don't know. I don't want to say their name, right? Because I don't know who they're with. But what if you could flip just one apartment deal and make more than most people earn in half a year? I know it sounds bold, but it's exactly what we're doing right now with multifamily wholesaling. Now, maybe they're talking about a 4-unit or 3 units, right? Now, when I talk about apartments, I'm talking about apartments, complexes, not an apartment like a 4-unit. To me, that's not an apartment. That's just a quad or a triplex. Like, let's get some proper terminology here, right? Because just one apartment deal. To me, an apartment deal is an apartment, right? Then it goes on and says multifamily wholesaling. Now, what is it? Is it multifamily or is it an apartment? Because multifamily is a 2-unit, 3-unit, or a 4-unit, Fannie Mae stuff, okay? Here's the beauty of it. You don't buy the building. You don't renovate anything. You just flip the paper, the contract, and collect a check. And the checks, the checks, $58,000, $112,000, and even $246,000 from a single deal. This is in theory. It's a repeatable process, and we'll walk you through it step by step on November 20th at 2 p.m. Click here and register and see how it's done. Click watch and learn and copy what works. Your next big win could be one deal away. Are you out of your mind? If you think that you're going to wholesale properties. Now, what are they talking about when they say just flip the paper, flip the contract, right? Flip the paper, flip the contract. All right, let me show you what they're talking. Let me get my screen ready, okay? And I'm going to show you what they mean by flip the paper, flip the contract, because these people are they are literally out of their minds when they say this stuff, okay? Now, why is it here it is. It's over here. Okay, it's right there. All right, let me just change this up. So I'm going to show you what they mean by flipping the paper, okay? Oops, I turned it off. Flipping the paper, flipping the thing, all right? Because that's what it says, all right? Let me show you as soon as I can get it up here, right? I'm going to show you what it says. I'm trying to get it to turn on here. Okay, there we go. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me move this down here. All right, so again, here's what it said. Flip the paper. Actually, I can look at it on my iPad. Let me pull my iPad over here so I can read it exactly as it appears, and I can say it verbatim, okay? So just bear with me, right? Hold on. Okay. Oh, I got another email from, I tried to flip single-family homes. This is from the same person. I just got an email just now. Calling flip the paper. I tried to flip single family homes, but now I flip paper on apartment buildings and cash check. Most investors can only dream about. Want to learn how? Click here. If you're smart enough to show up, I'll show you what works. Okay. I literally just got this, right? This is from the same person that sent me this other one about multifamily. Okay. So, oh my God, here's another one. We're going live in 2 days. We're going to show you how to flip multifamily deals for 5 and 6 figure checks. Okay, now where's the other one that I was just reading? So, well, let me show you what it means by the paper. Okay? Oh, here it is. Flip the paper, flip the contract. Okay. In wholesaling, okay, now everything you do is wholesaling. You buy low and you sell high. Okay? Here's what it means. Okay? Here you are. Here's the seller. Okay? Here's the seller's apartment complex. Right? You got multiple doors. Okay? This is an apartment. Okay, now an apartment is multi things, right? A multifamily, just so you understand, a multifamily is a 1 to 4 unit. Or I'm sorry, 2 or 4 multifamily. It's not a 1. 1 is a single. Stupid. Come on, Vinny. How dumb are you? Multifamily, 2 to a 4 unit, right? Apartment is multis, more than that. All right? So here you go. So what they're talking about, flipping the paper, flipping the contract. Okay. What they're saying is you and the seller enter into an agreement of sale. Okay? An agreement of sale. All right? And what you're going to do is take this agreement of sale, all right, and go find these people down here. Who are these people? These people are apartment buyers. Okay? So let's just say you buy this for $500,000. Well, I'm sorry, you get it under contract for $500,000. And then you assign it for $600,000. Okay? And now this person will buy it, go to closing, okay, pay the seller their $500, and you get $100. Okay? That's what they're talking about. Flipping the paper, flipping the contract. Okay? Now, paper, they have this wrong. Just so you know, her vernacular is wrong. Okay? Because flipping the paper is not the contract. Flipping paper is money. Okay? The note. Okay? Now, they're not flipping the note here. They're just wholesaling. They're flipping the contracts. Okay? They're just assigning it by getting under an agreement saying that they're not going to buy it and they're going to pass it on to somebody else, right? And you got to use these 3 words, and or signs, or and or signees, okay? And what they're going to do is go out there and find a buyer. So here's my question. Here's my question to you. Where do you think you're going to go find all these apartment buyers? And why do you think they need you? Right? I mean, the silliness of this email is just ridiculous. And let me tell you, if you plunk 1 red nickel down on this person, these deals, you're insane. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I guarantee you any amount of money, I will bet anything on it. They were out there trying to teach wholesaling before. Or they were out there teaching lease purchases. Or out teaching subject to, and none of it worked. None of it. Or they were trying them, and none of it worked. So they're trying to get new people. Because everybody wants multifamilies. They want to act like Grant Cardone. And I exposed that fraud. Right? He's another total. I don't even want to get into him. Right? Now, I'm not saying he's a fraud. He obviously owns properties. But he snookers all of his students. It's nice when you could just lie to students nonstop, take all their money and go buy things. That's easy. Who can't do that? He's a clown, that guy. A clown is what he is. And the people that follow him are terrible, right? Not smart enough to go do their own thing. I just feel bad for those. I feel bad for the people that pay him $35,000, right? Or more. That's just a starting point to get in. Then he tortures you for more money. How do I know that? Because I have a student that went there, and they bombard him daily with emails, even though he got out of it. They every day bombard. They call him, say, "Stop! Would you stop?" So when you see emails like this, please put it right in your junk file. Right in your junk file, because that's all it says. If you think for 1 second you're going to go and flip a contract on an apartment complex, you're out of your mind. Now, they say two different things. Again, they're saying apartment complexes, right? Let me just make sure I'm reading it properly, right? 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 In the beginning, they're saying one apartment deal, an apartment. Okay, an apartment deal is not a multifamily. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but in reality, a multifamily is a 2 to a 4 unit. Okay, duplex, triplex, quad. Okay, and then an apartment complex is an apartment complex. Okay, and then they're wholesaling it, flipping the paper. All right, you don't have to buy the building, you don't have to renovate anything. You just flip the paper, the contract, and collect the check. Right? I mean, come on. It's just so silly. I can only imagine the dumps. And this is the problem. And let me tell you what happens here. The people that are buying the apartment complex are the dumbasses that are the ones paying gurus. Right? So you have an apartment complex that has an apartment complex that's such a dog, that has such fleas on it, that nobody wants it. It's a carcass laying there dying, right? And this sucker comes along and says, I know you can't sell it, right? They can't sell it. A realtor can't sell it, right? The apartment ownership people, nobody wants to buy it. The attorneys, the CPAs, they don't want it. Nobody wants it. But somebody like you is going to come along and go find them a buyer all of a sudden, right? Just imagine what that carcass looks like, how bad that carcass is that it hasn't sold, okay? And I don't want you to be the buyer, okay? Because the buyer is some person who went to a guru, thinks they're going to get a deal. They're out raising money, borrowing from friends and families, and it's so bad that they can't do crap with it. So don't even get involved in this. This is such malarkey, okay? If you plunk any money down on this, trust me, you're just flushing it down the toilet, all right? So there's the lesson of the day. Don't try to wholesale apartment complexes. You're out of your league when it comes to this, okay? Trust me, I wouldn't do this, okay? Because when you're dealing with this kind of stuff, you're dealing with the good stuff. You're dealing with very well-educated people that don't need wholesalers, okay? They laugh at people like that trying to do silly stuff like that. It's like, okay, son, yeah, grow up, okay? Please, when you have time, grow up, all right? So there you go. There's the lesson of the day. Do not get snookered in to think that you are going to wholesale apartment complexes, okay? So there's the lesson of the day. All right, I'll see you in class.